Welcome to TRS Live, TRStudents Live. We are back, episode 8, week 8. Tag us, make sure you're hashtagging TRS Live in the chat, because later we're gonna pick a winner. We're gonna spin that prize wheel to see what prize you're gonna get. And this week we thought we'd switch it up a little bit. We're gonna start with the game. Tanner, what is that game?
Today we are gonna be playing catchphrase. If you ever played this, let us know in the chat. We're gonna be playing catchphrase and we're gonna be doing teams. So we have special guests with us this week. On my team, I got Landon over here. Let's hear a shout out in the chat for him.
Oh yeah.
And then on Christian's team, we got Josh over here.
Whoop, whoop.
You may have seen him on Josh on the streets. So let's explain.
I'm here to win.
He's here to win, but we're also here to win.
I'm here to have fun too, though.
Oh, well, I'm just here to win, so.
Okay, good team, good team.
All right, so let me explain how this game works. We have, each of us have cards in front of us. We haven't seen what it is yet, and we have to explain what the word or phrase is to our partner without saying things like sounds like, looks like, pointing to something, rhymes with, comes after the letter this. Am I missing anything?
No skips.
No skips, you have to go with a word that's on a card.
So street rules.
Yes, and it's also timed by a timer right here. We're playing street rules, Josh. So with that, because I gave the rules, I'll also start first.
Who are you playing for?
Oh, you're right. I have to play for somebody because otherwise there's no fun. I'm going to be playing for my man, Isaiah Inger, who's in my group. Shout out to you. I saw you in the chat.
Let's go,
What's
Isaiah.
up?
Isaiah.
And Christian, who are you playing for?
I will be playing for one of the guys in my group. His name is Josh Thomas. He's an awesome guy. If you don't know him, get to know him in the chat. So
We're
Josh,
bringing it
I'm
home,
playing for
Josh.
you. We're rooting for you.
Yeah, Isaiah,
I like the
we're
name
playing
Josh.
for you, okay? So we're going to play a few rounds of this, and it's like 50 or something seconds. When the timer goes off, the other team gets points, whoever it lands on, okay?
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to start the timer, and go.
All right, let's do this, Tanner.
Okay, the ultimate, the end of all football stuff, like the last thing in
touchdown,
February.
The Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to say that on camera.
Josh, you're up. No, top one.
Top
Top
one.
card.
Top card, read the top card.
There you go.
All right, this happens like when you pop up behind somebody while they're taking a picture.
Oh, what is that called?
It's an
You
explosion.
come up behind them. Oh, it's an explosion? What?
Like it.
What?
Going great.
So,
we win
like you
automatically?
pop up behind them when they're taking a picture.
Photobomb.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is something it's the opposite of pretty, and it's not
Ugly.
Yes, that's the first word.
Okay.
The second word
Ugly.
is it's a type of bird. They can't fly, they swim.
Ugly duckling.
Yes.
All right, Mr. T says this. It's his catchphrase.
Pity the fool.
Yes. Wow.
Okay, you know, greeting.
Knuckle bump,
greeting.
fist bump.
Okay.
Got fist bump. Should we vote
man,
on
that
it?
I don't know. Okay, all right, that's fine. We'll come back.
Okay, all right, so 1
they get a
point.
point.
All right, so we got
One
a
point for
point.
Christian and Josh.
That's fine. We'll come back.
That's okay. So,
Yeah, we got
do that.
air fight. We can't. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so
no
Josh,
touching.
you're up. Ready?
Yep.
All right, go.
It's okay, Tanner.
That was good.
All right, this is Wednesday.
This is Wednesday?
Camel.
Oh, hump day.
Is that it? Okay. This is you're not fast, but
Slow.
and then not mine.
Slow your roll.
Yes, got it.
What?
Nice job.
This is when you have a round thing around your waist and you. Yep.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, this is someone who's technically lazy. It's 2 words. They sit on this.
couch potato.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, this is when something gets into your eye and then you get this.
Pink eye or not?
He said eye, doesn't
is
count.
in
Say
there.
aye, it doesn't count.
All right, just go.
All right,
Keep
my
going.
turn. Not a week, but
Day?
no.
Month?
Not weak, but
Strong?
The other word for that.
Powerful?
The other word for that. It's
Weak?
like you can get beat up. Oh.
All right.
What was
We'll
it?
give you.
Yeah, you guys get
We'll give you the
that
We'll
one.
get the point because you
Okay.
said
All
aye.
right, that's
What
good.
was
It
it?
was tough cookie. So not weak, but
cookie.
tough. I was gonna say not cake, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Yeah, that was a tough
Okay,
one.
so it's tied right now. So what is this, our
So
last
it
round?
comes down
no,
to
but
this.
well, that's we gotta get to 3. First to 3.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll do
yeah.
that. Sounds good.
Okay,
Christian, you're up.
So, when you are trying to talk, like you can't get the words out, and it's a saying. You are.
Tongue-tied.
Yes. Wow, Josh.
that was
is
good.
Okay.
Good
So
thing.
this is when you have kind of a grudge against someone. You eat these from La Coretta. They're crunchy.
Chips.
But
a chip on your
singular.
shoulder.
Yes. Nice job. Nice job. I'm trying not to scream.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
exciting.
this is what you get. It's a saying for like a beard. It's after a certain
Goatee
time.
or 5 o'clock shadow.
Nice.
This is where the animals that we all love, that's not a cat, stays.
Dog?
Yes, but it's where they live.
The doghouse.
Yeah, but it's a phrase that goes along with that.
Go to the doghouse. In the doghouse.
Yes.
Oh, it's when you hit on your elbow, you hit the.
Funny bone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you get these pulled. In the back.
Teeth. Molars.
No, which kind? They're smart. They're smart.
Oh gosh.
Wisdom
teeth.
teeth.
Wisdom teeth. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Okay, all right.
All right. We'll come back, Timmy.
All right.
Okay, we got. So you
We
guys
only
have one
got
up
a
on us.
couple. We only got a couple
I got a
left.
few left.
How
I got
many do we
four.
got?
I think I
We
just
gotta
blew my
clinch it
voice
on this.
screen like
Can I
that.
just
Yeah, let's
clarify
see what
something
happens.
right now?
What's
That's
that?
close.
Are we winning?
We are.
Okay, all right.
We are.
We are winning.
We'll see what
Game's
happens.
not
How does
over.
that feel, Tanner?
We'll see what
Game's not
happens.
over.
Here we
Josh,
go.
you're up. Ready?
Yep.
And go.
Take my time.
Okay, taking his time, that's cheating. Okay.
All right, that's it, Christian. That's it's the last thing.
What?
See, this is,
Final, the finale.
No,
That's all, folks.
Like-
That's
your backside. Another name for
and butt
like
behind.
no, like
see,
another word for you write you okay.
He's doing this on purpose.
You
get the
write
point.
you write on the
Paper to the
I'm
end.
trying to
Tail
give
end.
no, I'm trying to give you like
you're close.
Right on
what do you write on?
paper or
Like it's straight. What do you like?
line, dotted line.
Okay, and then your
Sign on the dotted line.
backside. And another name for you. Like
What?
Stone Cold says
Yes.
this. What? Stone Cold says.
Can't.
This is best case scenario.
I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know
Bottom
exactly.
line.
The bottom line. It's,
You could have just been
Pastor
like
Jeremy
Stone
later
Cold,
tonight.
and that's the, and I
thought we
would have
couldn't do
got it
that.
right there.
Yeah.
That's okay, that's okay. All right, so we're tied. This is
tied.
it.
This is for
it.
all the marbles.
And it's starting with Landon
Starting
over
with
here.
me.
Okay, all the marbles for Isaiah. All right, here we go.
Here we
This is
go.
for you, Isaiah.
Let's do it.
Or Josh.
Or Josh, but for Isaiah. All right,
Here we go. Something you keep on your waist, you carry around in
Belt.
amusement parks.
Fanny pack.
Yep.
So when, oh man,
Oh, yeah,
when you
take it.
operate a vehicle, and so if you're in a car, there's people in the front and the,
Back.
okay, and this is a
Backseat
person.
driver.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one I said before, sorry. Okay, not south, but opposite.
North.
Okay, and then Santa lives here.
North Pole.
Nice.
All right. It's a type of instrument with your mouth. People do it to rap.
Oh, because
No,
A microphone?
It's your mouth.
beatbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's in a lot of movies. He's in Rocky.
The Rock.
He's in Rocky.
Rocky?
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, this guy's in a movie. He's the bad guy in Star Wars. In the
Darth
original
Vader.
trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has big arms. He has a pipe, and he's
Popeye.
pipe. Yes.
All right. This is people that are clumsy. They have. It's a saying. They have.
Two left feet.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Wait. Are you serious?
Josh.
That's what it is.
Josh Thomas.
Hey guys, you have two left feet. Got him.
He got us.
Josh Thomas, you are the winner. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So-
Congrats.
You actually win. We're gonna send you the game catchphrase, not this exact
Say
one, but we're gonna
what?
get one for you. We're gonna send it to you so you and your family can play. My heart is racing,
Mine
dude.
too.
Right now,
That's
I
a fun
couldn't
game.
believe we got
You're gonna
that.
love it, Isaiah.
We're gonna send it to you and your family so you can play. And hopefully you're not sick of your family yet through all this whole quarantine. But yeah, so we just got done playing an awesome game. It was fun.
awesome.
We actually had some of you all play a game and submit your videos to us in our Minute to Win It challenge. So we had 3 students submit their videos. So let's watch the Minute to Win It challenge right now.
My name's Caleb Belmar. I'm in 12th grade. This is Defying Gravity.
Hi, my name's Abby Denick. I'm in 8th grade, and this is Defying Gravity.
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm in 9th grade, and this is Defying Gravity.
So congratulations, Abby Dunick. You are the winner of our balloon challenge. That's tough
She
to
was
do.
calm, cool, and collected. She was like,
Yeah.
I got this.
I thought Caleb was gonna like fall and like break himself, and like he fell pretty hard.
Yeah, he's gonna fall right
But yeah, so you win an Amazon gift card. We're gonna send that to you. Hit us up in the DMs on Live and Proof VA on Instagram. There we go.
Instagram. Yeah, congratulations, Abby. So, speaking of Instagram, last week on Instagram and on here, we did the See Something, Do Something challenge. We put that out to you guys, and we wanted to see what your hidden talent was. So, we got a bunch of videos and picked the top 3 videos of what your hidden talents were. So it could be anything from like stuffing a bunch of marshmallows in your mouth and saying chubby bunny, or doing a Rubik's Cube really fast. We didn't see any of those. I feel like that's just too hard. I can't even do a Rubik's Cube normal. But anyways, we got some awesome videos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put out in the chat, we're gonna put out a link for you to click. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna vote on the videos we're gonna watch here in just a second. You're gonna vote 1, 2, or 3, and you guys will choose who's gonna be our winner for the See Something, Do Something Hidden Challenge. So, I'd say we check out these videos, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's check out the first video.
Check out the first video.
Right now. That was Han.
Oh, yeah.
Check out his YouTube channel.
Han's a master of the
He's great. He did that up in New York City.
Yeah.
Where he did that, and he actually got some money. He just like left his hat out.
$5 or something.
It's like he was made for this or something. But so that was video number 1. Let's check out video number 2.
Ever since I was little, I've always been obsessed with flight. I try to fly any way I could, and I still do. As I got older, I really got into flying drones. And after building up my skill for almost 2 years, I got into drone photography and cinematography. Since then, over the course of 3 years, I've tried to push the creative boundaries and really express the beauty that God created and continues to create for us.
I'm Ryan Mito. That's my creative talent.
Good job, Ryan. He loves drones.
Dude, those are some
Flying
awesome
around.
shots.
They were actually really, really
And then
good
to edit
shots.
them afterwards?
I'm gonna hit you up for some of those shots for some videos.
Seriously, those are awesome.
So yeah, maybe he should do like drone racing or something. I don't know.
Ooh, that'd be sick. That's the next step.
Yeah. So that was video number 2. Let's check out video number 3.
Sweet.
Hidden Talents Edition, I am showing you the fastest way to drink a bottle of Coke. Don't know if you're ready for this, but here we go. Boom, fastest way. That wasn't even that good.
He wasn't trolling. That was like he really submitted that.
He did. That's his hidden talent, is to drop Mentos and Diet Coke and then try and chug it as fast as possible.
He just spit it out like on himself. So that was video number 3. Now this is 100% on what you guys pick and who you vote for. We're not picking the winner. So if Josiah wins, that's on you guys.
That's
not
on
on
you,
us.
chat.
It's not rigged. Just want you to know that.
Yeah. So definitely vote on those. Christian and I did some voting ourselves this week. In fact, we looked through every single meme on the internet.
That's right.
And we found the best meme that we think for this week that we have. So we have a new segment called
Meme of the Week.
Check
So
out this meme.
How this goes is we're just going to show you a meme that we thought was funny. We call it the Meme of the Week. Let's look at it.
It's our
Would
way
you
of
pick Tanner?
basically posting memes, our own meme page.
Look at that. That's kind of really gross.
Finally,
to be honest.
flip-flop weather. He's got gloves on his feet. That's probably better because those are probably some gross toes in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a guy, so yeah, the feet are probably really nasty.
Yeah, probably needs to cut his toes.
But yeah,
clean.
you gotta be clean, gotta be safe during this time. You know, you can never be too careful.
Safe from your head to your toes, right?
Head to toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So with that, we did a top 5 quarantine stereotypes last week. This week, we have another top 5 for you all, and it's top 5 things to, top 5 hobbies that you could pick up while in quarantine.
Yeah.
So let's hit it off with number 5.
Number 5.
And what this one is it's been really hard to find a Nintendo Switch recently. Very difficult. I've been looking for one to get and play Animal Crossing. I really want to play Animal Crossing.
Everyone's playing it.
So yeah, I know, except me. So number 5 is get a Switch from the dark web and become obsessed with Animal Crossing. I think that's my last resort is I have to go onto the dark web.
You have to throw on a hoodie.
To get one. I gotta throw on a hoodie. I guess it must be really cold where this guy's at on his computer. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I want to play Animal Crossing so bad.
Okay. Something coming in at number 4 that people have been doing is running marathons, but not around because it's not safe,
right,
but in their backyards. Or maybe just like in your living room back and forth. So if you love running and you just love marathons and they've all been canceled because obviously you can't go running anywhere, you have to run in your yard. So people have been picking up the hobby of just sprinting their yards in circles, kind of like our dogs.
Like a dog. Yeah, I think Jeremy's ran like 5 marathons since quarantine has happened, just all in his backyard.
Backyard marathons.
So number 3 is become a fish parent. And so that's me getting a fish.
It's totally Christian right there.
I used to own a fish and I loved it. I thought it was, it's just cool to have like the fish tank going like in your room.
Cool.
I've actually thought, it's weird because I actually have thought about getting another fish at some point, not right now, but at some point in life. But yeah, that's something you can do. If you're bored, you want to take care of something, dog's a little too much responsibility,
yeah,
just get a fish. It just sits there and floats.
Yeah.
On the top.
You don't have to. Yeah.
It just floats there.
Look at, by the way, look how big that goldfish is.
That goldfish is huge for being one that is just bought.
That's awesome. She's been feeding it too much. Coming in at number 2 is to grow a garden. That's a hobby that we see a lot of people picking up. Some of the Dushaws have done that as well. Josiah's been talking about it, just like seeding stuff everywhere in their yard and seeing what comes out. But this is personal to me because Olivia has started doing this, but not like outside in a garden, but in our kitchen on the countertop. There's like these little pots with a little light thing that goes over top of it.
Oh
and
man,
feeds them,
that's serious.
And it's gonna give like 1 thing of lettuce that I could just go buy for $2 real fast at the store. So I don't really get gardening.
How long does it take to grow this head of lettuce?
I don't know. It's been growing for weeks and it's just like this little stick. So I don't really get it. Explain it in the chat. If you have a garden going, let me know in the chat so I can kind of understand a little better because this is a hobby that some people are picking up, but yeah.
Quick little sidebar. This isn't planned at all. I got a text from Josh Thomas, the guy that I was playing for. This is to show that we're live, by the way, people.
He has a garden?
He doesn't have a garden. He said, thanks for the dub. But bad part is I don't have Instagram yet. Josh, that's totally fine. Just text me your address and then we'll get it sent over to you. No problem whatsoever.
Good thinking, Josh.
So, yes.
Nice job.
And you're welcome, by the way. And then our last one, number 1, is get quarantine. Now look at that guy. You may recognize this guy. This is our very own Josh on the streets.
Josh on the streets has been working out on the streets.
He has been working, he's been definitely doing those street workouts. Probably doing those worship workouts you posted.
See, it works. This is proof.
This is what you could look like. Just takes a little bit of time and hard work and some protein shakes.
Nice job, Josh. You got corn lean, dude.
Corn lean. Yeah, work out during this quarantine, get jacked, so when people finally see you after not seeing you for 2 months, you may surprise them.
Yeah.
Now, we did have one honorable mention.
Well, we did.
What was it, Tanner?
It was become a vegan. Now, I don't know if this should be on any list, maybe not even honorable mention, because
not mentioned
we
at
don't
all.
think that you anyway should become a vegan, unless maybe it's for health reasons. Okay, that's fine. But otherwise, eat that bacon, steak, sausage links, everything.
Everything. Eat all the meat in the world. So yeah, during this time, like we've been showing it every week. We've had students and leaders submit to us videos that what God's been teaching them during this quarantine. And so this video today comes from one of our leaders, Megan Cruz. She's one of our high school girl leaders. She's been doing an awesome job with her life group, meeting with them through Zoom meetings and whatnot. And she just does a great job in our ministry as well. So let's watch her video right now.
Hey guys, I'm Megan. I am a life group leader for 10th grade girls, and I just want to take a minute and share with you some of the things that are encouraging me and that the Lord is teaching me through these times, specifically through times of unknown and change and like a billion questions that nobody can answer. I know that I seek to see what is constant. Constant meaning the Lord and how he reveals himself to me through his creation. I love that I can step outside, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go for a run, and instantly just notice the trees and the way the wind blows and the grass, and recognize that those were things that are made by him and they haven't changed. The sun rises every morning and sets every day, and it reminds me that I do serve a God who never changes, and that God is the same God who holds you and me and holds this world and knows everything, even in the midst of stress and worry and anxiety and things that we don't understand. He does, and I hope that you will take a minute and walk outside or even just look out your window, and that his creation can bring you the same peace and comfort as it does for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan, so much for sharing that with us. Well, one thing that has been constant during this season that's been unfortunate for those of us who are sports fans is that we have not had any live sporting events to watch on TV. But the networks have made up for it a little by airing a lot of the greatest games in sports history. And so for the last couple months, I've caught a few of these, and I've noticed that one thing many of these greatest games have in common is that they often come down to the wire. As I've watched these games, I've noticed that they often are not decided until the closing seconds. You know, whether it's Michael Jordan hitting the game-winning shot for North Carolina in the 1982 National Championship game, or Tom Brady engineering one scoring drive after another in the fourth quarter to bring his team back in Super Bowl 51. All of these games were decided in the final seconds. And as I've watched, I've noticed that as the clock begins to move closer and closer to zero, the intensity tends to pick up. As time begins to run out, the energy, the focus, and the passion of the players is magnified. As the minutes and seconds begin to tick down, it's like they realize how precious every moment is, and they do everything they can to make each moment count. And you know, as we continue to move through this season, that is one thing that I hope we all take away from it. I hope that we're realizing just how precious every moment is. Because to one degree or another, we've all been confronted by the reality that we are not in control, that we are not guaranteed tomorrow, and that we don't know when our time will run out. And while that's kind of depressing and discouraging to think about, it can actually lead us to make the most of the time that we do have. And there's a psalm that actually comes to that very same conclusion that I'd like to walk you through tonight. It's Psalm 90, and it was written by Moses. And it begins by saying this: Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. So Moses says that God always has existed and always will exist. He's from everlasting to everlasting. The arrows go on forever in both directions. And somewhere between everlasting and everlasting, somewhere on the timeline from eternity past to eternity future, is you and me. And he goes on to say, 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. So he says, because God stands outside of time and has been around so long, it's as if time sort of flies by for him. And although we can't ever really understand the mind of God, this does make some sense to us. Because you may remember that when you were younger, it felt like time moved so slowly. Like, do you remember how long first grade felt? It felt like forever. But every year we live, time begins to move just a little bit faster. And Moses says that for God, time is moving so fast. 1,000 years are just like a passing day. It's like a watch in the night, which is just 3 hours. And with that in mind, he says this in verses 5 and 6. He says, yet you sweep people away in the sleep of death. They are like the new grass of the morning. In the morning it springs up new, but by the evening it is dry and withered. So he's saying that our lives that we think are such a big deal, that to God, from his perspective, they're like the grass that springs up in the morning, and by the evening, it's withered and gone. And again, I know that's kind of depressing to think about, but what he's saying is that from God's perspective, or if we could see our lives from God's perspective,
we would see just how valuable they really are. And with that in mind, Moses asked the Lord this in verse number 12. He says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." So he's saying, God, we need your help. We don't always recognize how fleeting our lives are. Sometimes we live like we have all the time in the world, like we are invincible. So God, help us to see our lives from your perspective. Help us to number our days. Because if we would begin to number our days, we would invest them in the things that really matter, and we would not waste them on the things that don't matter. And so I think what Moses is saying here is he's saying that when you start to count your days, you tend to make your days count. When we start living our lives like our time is limited, then we will limit our time to the things that really matter. When we recognize that our time is valuable, then we'll spend it on the things that matter the most. And like I said, most of us don't really live that way. But what if we did? Because there are some seasons when we do count our days. If you're a student and you've ever had a big exam coming up or you've ever had a project due, you've counted down the days until that project is due. And the closer you get to the due date, the more focused you are and the more prepared you are, because you know that at some point that time you have left to study will run out. If you're a girl and you ever get engaged and you set a wedding date, you will immediately start counting down the days until your wedding date, until that moment when you say, I do. Because you recognize that at some point that time will run out, and when it does, you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to have a perfect wedding day. Well, Moses says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom, that we may learn how to make our days count. There's this author from Australia named Bronnie Ware, who for many years worked as a hospice nurse, which means that she spent the final days of people's lives caring for them. And as she cared for her patients over the years, she noticed that many of them had some common regrets. And she wrote this book to unpack each of those regrets. And the basic message of the book was that it wasn't until time was running out that her patients realized that they did not spend their time on the things that matter the most. And as I thought about that this week, it made me think of this great quote from Francis Chan's book, Crazy Love. He says, our greatest fear should not be of failure, but at succeeding in the things at life that don't really matter. You know, we all at some degree, fear failure. None of us wake up in the morning and say, I want my life to be a total and complete failure. We all fear failure to some degree, but that should not be our greatest fear. Instead, our greatest fear should be succeeding at the things that don't really matter. And so I just hope and pray that as we continue through this season, that we'll all be reminded of just how fleeting and fragile life truly is. That we'll recognize how precious ordinary things like going to school, being with our friends, or going out to eat with our family really are. And I hope that whenever this time is over, that we don't take those things for granted. And I hope that even this time that we have now, that we don't take it for granted, but that we spend it on things that really matter. Maybe learning a new skill, reaching out to a neighbor, or drawing closer to the Lord. And if there are things that our lives are being consumed by that don't matter, I pray that we would have the courage to begin to dial those things out. Because when we spend our days on things that really count, then we set ourselves up to make these lives that we are given last the short time that we have here on this earth.
Just one word, you calm the storm that surrounds me. Oh, just one word, the darkness has to retreat. And just one touch, I feel the presence of heaven. just one touch. My eyes were open to see. My heart can't help but believe. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. Oh, just one word. You heal what's broken inside me. Oh, just one word, and you revive every dream, yeah. And just one touch, I feel the power of heaven. And just one touch, my eyes were open to see. My heart can't help but believe. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a prison wall He can't break through. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do, no. I will believe for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. Let faith arise, let all agree. There's no power like the power of Jesus. I will believe for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. Let faith arise, let all agree. There's no power like the power of Jesus. I will believe for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. Let faith arise, let all agree. There's no power like His power. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that Jesus can't do. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a prison wall He can't break through. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. Oh, 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 there's nothing that Jesus can't do. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do, no.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joey, for taking time out of your night to come and play that song for us. We really, really, truly appreciate it. I think he wrote that on his own too, right? If I'm not mistaken, he wrote that song. Yeah, just before the show. Those of you guys have been talking in chat, being active. That's awesome. I've had people from my life group have been texting me. Dawson was like, "Hey, can I get a shout out?" I was like, "I mean, I guess. I don't know." We're live, but when we say TRStudents is live, it's live. Like, it ain't pre-recorded, nothing. Oh, yeah, we're absolutely telling the truth. So we had the straw poll up earlier for you. You guys voted on what you thought was the best video for the See Something, Do Something Challenge Hidden Talent Editions.
That are not hidden anymore.
They're not hidden anymore. We've seen them. So I don't know. Do you know who the winner is?
I don't yet.
I don't know who it is either.
I'm excited to find out, though.
So let's find out who the winner is right here.
Spicy. Who'd you guys vote for? Let's see.
Ever since I was little, I've always been obsessed with flight. would try to fly any way I could, and I still do. As I got older, I really got into flying drones. And after building up my skill for almost 2 years, I got into drone photography and cinematography. Since then, over the course of 3 years, I've tried to push the creative boundaries and really express the beauty that God created and continues to create for us.
I'm Ryan Mito. That's my creative talent.
There you go. So you guys voted.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Ryan is our winner. So now, Tanner, you know what we have to do?
Yeah.
We've got to spin that wheel.
That wheel.
That wheel could not have gone any better than what we just did.
Perfect plan.
Let's see what we got. Some new stuff up on the wheel. We got iTunes.
Already.
We got a special you pick. Pretty self-explanatory. It means you pick whatever is on the wheel, you get it. We also threw up
Visa gift card,
Visa
right?
gift card, Chick-fil-A,
Starbucks.
Chipotle, Starbucks, all gift cards.
Some iTunes.
So it's time to spin the wheel. Let's find out what Ryan won. Let's spin it.
Ready? Nice.
Roku is the winner. We have a winner. So you get a Roku stick. We're gonna send that to your house. You can watch some movies on that. Download Netflix.
Makes any TV a smart TV.
Disney Plus. Any TV instantly becomes intelligent. So congratulations on that.
That was awesome,
as
Ryan.
well.
Thank you so much. So we love the prize wheel so much. I say we do it again.
Absolutely.
Except you guys have been super active in the chat. We love it. We love talking to you guys. But you have been dropping hashtag TRS Live all night. And we love to see it. So we are going to randomly pick one of you that have been chatting to the hashtag TRS Live, and we are going to see who is our winner for tonight before we spin the prize wheel. So let's check out who our winner is for TRS Live.
Yes, let's find out. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Rebecca
J. Big J journalist.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Now, I say we spin the wheel again because it's so awesome.
Yes, it is an amazing wheel of prizes. Let's spin the wheel.
Let's check it out.
Let's see here. Ready? There we go. Good job.
Nice.
Visa gift card. So what this is, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's just like a gift card that you can pretty much use wherever Visa is accepted, which is basically like everywhere. So you have a gift card to wherever. So hit us up on either Living Proof VA Instagram or Power Source VA Instagram so we know how we can get that card over to you. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to all of you that have chatted the hashtag TRS Live. So we have so many awesome things that we've done tonight. We have so many fun things that we've done. But I want to give you guys an opportunity. Our church wants to give you an opportunity to serve. So this Saturday, the Daily Bread is going to be doing a drive-by food drive for like I said, the Lynchburg Daily Bread. Now, how it's going to work is you're going to be collecting items, so things like ground beef or chicken or turkey, green beans, canned goods, corn, stuff like that, packing up with either just yourself or your family, and driving down to the corner of Clay and 8th. And that is going to be this Saturday, May 16th, from 9 a.m. to noon. And what they're going to do is you're going to drive by with the stuff that you've bought, and you're going to be handing off the food to workers that'll be there with gloves and masks, so everything's going to be safe and clean, and handing that off. And then the Daily Bread is going to be using that to serve our community and people in need around our community. So it's an awesome way to serve, in a fast and safe way to serve as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We want to be safe, we want to be clean, but we also still want to serve the community. There's still tons of needs out there. So we're gonna tune in for our Instagram, and then to our show so you can find out different ways that you can serve Lynchburg as well. Yeah. This next announcement is for the leaders that watch.
Leaders, hello.
All you leaders. We sent out an Evite the other week. It was for our leader rally. That's this Sunday, May 17th from 9:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. And we just want to meet with you virtually. We haven't seen you all in so long. I haven't seen many of you forever.
2 months
Almost
or so?
like 2 months, yeah. It's crazy. And the sad thing is we didn't know this was happening, so we didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. Like, it just happened. They took that from us. COVID took that from us.
True.
So
We're taking it back right
We're
now.
taking it back. This is
weekend.
our time. We sent out an Evite. A lot of you have said yes, you're coming. A lot of you haven't checked yet, so make sure you check your
the
email,
email.
because some of you watched the show and haven't replied to the email yet, and I know that you would be interested in it. We're looking at you, whoever you are, looking at you. Make sure you RSVP.
Yeah.
We want to see your beautiful faces. You see our ugly faces all the time. I say this a lot. We want to see you all this Sunday, 9:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m., and then go over and watch Thomas Road main service at 11 a.m. live.
Perfect. Also this weekend, we have weekend worship with Landon. So Landon does our weekend worship every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and he goes live on our Instagram account. So if you haven't already, follow us at Living Proof VA or Power Source VA, and he goes live for weekend worship, 8:30, so you can worship with him over live and chat and keep in touch right there. It's an awesome way to worship together since we can't be in the same room for
That's
now.
right. That's right. This Sunday, we're kicking off a new series in both Power Source and Living Proof.
Spicy.
In Power Source, it is called Big Picture, and in Living Proof, it is called What to Do. And this is just a study on the life of Joseph.
Nice.
If you know Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat and all that, it's his life. And so this first week, we've already filmed it. It's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to see it this Sunday. And so we got a little surprise for you all, right, Tanner?
Oh, yeah.
For next week.
I'm excited. I'm really hyped for this.
For next week, we're going to be doing a classy TRS live, super classy. We're gonna get dressed up.
We're gonna be dressed up classy.
Super fancy.
Talking classy, acting classy, doing classy things.
Doing classy things. We want you all to get dressed up at home. Send us a picture of you all in your nicest outfit.
Your classiest outfit.
Classiest outfit. Think prom, like as if you're going to prom.
Yeah.
Dress up like that. That's how we're gonna be dressed up. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Thank you all so much for watching TRStudents Live this week. We cannot wait to see you next week in our classy outfits.
Ooh, classy.
It's gonna be so much fun. Follow us on our Instagram. Follow us and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. We love you guys so much. See you all.
You gotta dance them out, boys. See you later, guys. See you next week.